What's up, people? I'm gonna try to film this while I am driving. I'm gonna tell you a story about how important a father can be in your life. I was going to school, I think it was middle school, and I noticed that I only had my wardrobe was 2 pair of pants I was starting to wear, and to me they was ugly. And I'm like, why am I only wearing these 2 pair of pants? Some more stuff in the closet. So you know what I did? I was living with my mother, with my father. He was never far away. It was only down the street. Or Lafayette. 811 Lafayette. And I called my daddy. He came to the house. Went out in the car with him, because that's where we had our conversation. And I said, Daddy, Mama ain't buying us no clothes, and we in middle school. Daddy said, I'm gonna buy y'all clothes. He took us to the store that day and let us pick out some outfits. And that was the beginning of our fashion statements. Daddy came in the house that day, had us try on the outfits and let him see them. And from that day forward, he brought money to us every Saturday or Friday night. Back in that day, he gave us an ample amount of money too, because back in that day, $40 went a long way. So he would give my sister 40 and me 40. We were planning our day that we were gonna go to the mall and get our outfits, and then we were gonna go skating that Saturday all day. We were gonna go skating all day from 2:30 to 11 at night, and we would ask Daddy to pick us up. But let me tell you how important a father is. If I hadn't told my daddy the situation, Daddy wouldn't even knew. So telling your parent what's going on, even though he was no longer in the household, he still was a part of my life and part of the household in me, because he was still raising me. Outside of living with Mom, Daddy was still on the sidelines, raising us, molding us, taking care of us. Anytime we called and we ended up stuck out there in North Carolina, and we missed the last bus on purpose because we wanted our daddy to come get us. We'd be sitting out there on those tractors that they used to sell at Montgomery Wards. That would be our point where we'll tell Daddy to come pick us up at. And so, sure enough, sooner or later, here come Daddy. Daddy would never leave us stranded. He would always come pick his daughters up. I don't care what job he was working, he was coming to get you. And so that was the beginning of our fashion. So all in middle school and all in high school, me and my sister was dressing. We had our own fashion statements. We had satin suits. We had We had gauchos. We had. Did we ever buy dresses? But we were buying anything we were buying. We had the same taste, me and my sister. So if I got a blue satin suit, she got the red one off the rack. We was always shopping with our little fashion statements. And you talking about having some fun. Having some fun. Shopping for earrings to go with the outfits. And oh yeah, the shoes, whatever we wanted. That was, and then they had this one store came in that was called Sony's, that you could get pants or shirts. It was a $9 store, and them outfits was top quality. You could get like 4 pair of pants for under $40. We was on it popping. We was on and popping, y'all. Our whole fashion statement changed immediately the minute instantly Daddy knew what was going on. It was a wrap. That's why fathers is important. Don't let nobody talk you out of your father. I know a lot of people don't. Mine was the best father you could ever hope for, wish for in this universe. He was my father, and nobody could out-top my daddy. He was a priestly man within his home and family. He showed you how to live abundantly. And that's why I'm who I am today. From my father giving his heart, his resources. Because he was a giving man. And he was a peaceful man. Daddy never came upset. One time he came to me and he had got a bumblebee. A bee had stung him in the back, and he came to my house to see if I could get that stinger out of his back. Man, I tried, I pushed, I pried to get that stinger out of my daddy's back, because that's the only time I ever knew that my daddy, and he asked, would I try and get that stinger out? While my little fingers was pushing and prying, I might have been about 12 to get that stinger out, because I had got a splinter in my finger one time. And Miss Brown got that splinter out of my finger. I had got it on the bleachers at school, wooden bleachers, and somehow I swung my hand down, and that splinter embedded in my finger. And I was walking around with that splinter in my finger for about 2-3 days. And then May, Will, Mikey, them, Mom, they said, come down to my mom. My mom could get that splinter out. She burned that needle and slowly pulled that splinter out. So I knew. And was I thankful? Man, I had suffered for 2 or 3 days. Had that splinter bit in my nail bed, and it was a wide one too. She got that out. You don't think I was ever forever grateful for Miss Brown? Yes, I was. She was a mother, and she mothered me back to health with that splinter in my finger. And so when Daddy came with that stinger still in his back, I was sure gonna try and get it out for him, like Miss Brown got that splinter out of my finger. I know how that feel uncomfortable. And that was my daddy, and I didn't want him to be uncomfortable. So hopefully I got that dang stinger out. And a couple weeks later, I think I ended up getting stung by a bee at school. And I could feel that stinger. I knew exactly how my father felt when he had that stinger in his back. It's like a pinching, like kind of sting. And you know that thing is there until you get that thing out. Like a needle kind of inserted under your skin and you know it ain't even supposed to be there. And it had a sting to it. Like it's got a sting. Like they call it, you got stung by a bee, it sure do. It got some kind of like a sting to it. Like a persistent, throbbing sting. But, y'all, my daddy was so important in my life. And I thank God that I knew my father and could have conversations with my father and spend time with my father because that molded me. I had no illusions of what a father is supposed to be. I had the real McCoy, the real top of notch dad. And I hope kids all around the universe have what I had. You're talking about